Today I am giving you 5 fantasy recs that star mothers. I am so excited. Hey book babe, I don't know about you, but I don't really see a lot of books or adventurous stories featuring moms. And to me, a mom is just this figure that of course can have children, but also treats others around them like their children. They are protective. These women are unstoppable, a fierce force of love. I have everything from a morally gray mother to a protective mother to a single mother to a stepmother. I hope one of these stories resonates with you. And boy, do I have a mixed bag for y'all. But before we continue, I want to talk about some special gifts I got for my 2 mother figures, one being my actual mom, one being a mother figure, with you here today, and announce that I am officially an Ana Luisa VIP partner, which is so exciting. If you've been around since last year, first of all, hi. You've seen that I've partnered up with Ana Luisa before, but also that I've worn them for so long. So to be a VIP partner is honestly like a dream come true. And it was actually my mother who first gifted me an Ana Luisa piece that I just adored. I thought it was so lovely. So I'm actually super excited to gift her one back. I ended up picking these beautiful earrings for her. She is definitely in this small hoop earring with some bling era. It's gonna be so exciting to give her this gorgeous quality piece. She's always looking at other pieces I've bought from Ana Luisa, and I know she's gonna love these so freaking much. Now the other piece I got is this necklace, and I actually picked it out for a new mother figure I have in my life. She has been a beautiful mentor, my biggest advocate. She is filled with such high energy, high mom and big sister energy. She does not expect it at all. And I actually got this really cute mama bowl to put her necklace in. Inside it says "You are loved," which I absolutely adore because I think there is storytelling and sharing of love through pieces of jewelry. So I really hope when they see these pieces, they will think about this year's Mother's Day. And the best part is you can also give them a really beautiful piece of jewelry. Don't skimp out on giving your mother or mother figure a long-lasting beautiful piece. Ana Luisa is actually having a 30% off sale, you guys. You can click on the link down below to check out pieces. That is the unique link that Ana Luisa made for me to give to you so that you guys get access to that 30% off for Mother's Day. Thanks to Ana Luisa for really highlighting the importance of motherhood and creating this special deal around our beloved moms. I want to start off with The Adventures of Amina al-Sirafi. This is actually the book that started this whole thought process, me realizing that we don't really focus on moms. We don't really have stories where older people are featured. The story starts at 40, 50, 60 up. It's kind of like the moment you hit a certain age, your story is finished as a woman. And like, no, we're not here for that. Amina is this amazing pirate. She is the top sailor in this world, but she also has a secret child that she is protecting from this world. No one knows that she has a daughter because she knows if they find out who her daughter is, they're coming after her. Amina is a badass woman, let me just tell you. The first chapter, Amina speaks specifically to us of why she's sharing her story and why she's seen a lack of motherhood in stories. This is what got me thinking about this video. The author writes incredible dialogue about stories starting with a damsel in distress, but the damsel or the princess or the warrior is always young. She's always single. Her happily ever after is usually when she finds that love of her life, or she ends up rescuing a whole kingdom, and then we don't see anything else about her. Oftentimes when we see moms or grandmothers or just any mother figure, they're always old on the side just cheering on the young girl, and this is letting us know that our story is also done. We are no longer the main character once we hit a certain age. And let me just say that hit so hard. I got so emotional thinking about my own mom and just how badass she is, how much she's done for me to give me a voice, and has certainly made me feel like a main character in her life, whereas she's the main character herself. Like, she is her own badass, insane woman. And yes, you're gonna hear the word of badass throughout this whole video because I just can't think of a better word to describe these business-minded, warrior-esque women. So not only do we get Amina's perspective on motherhood and on her adventures, but we actually get to adventure with Amina as this older woman who is insanely good at what she does, which is adventuring out in the sea, predominantly male-dominated. I think it's just so well done. That should definitely be on the top of your TBR, and I guarantee you it will remind you of the mother figure in your life. It just moved me to tears right away, and I definitely ran to my mom right away afterwards, hugged her, and let her know that her stories definitely matter and that I want to hear all of them. Now moving on to a mom that actually stole my heart, just like she stole her daughter's heart in the book, I want to talk about the character Sidra in A River Enchanted. Oh, I love Sidra. Sidra is actually stepmom in this book. So here's the stepmom story. She married a man that already had a child and had lost his wife. What's even more enchanting in this book is that the author Rebecca Ross makes Sidra talk to spirit. She's so connected to the spiritual world that she actually ends up encountering the mom, and she goes to her for help to raise her little one. Even though she's not there forever, Sidra does get her own main stage platform. I just thought it was beautiful. I'm like, talk about co-parenting in like afterlife, a different type of world. Sidra is everything you would imagine a mother in like an enchanted story to be. She is warm, she is traditional, she loves to garden and loves her herbs and her home. She is such a homemaker, but she is also very in tune with the island and their spiritual selves, and she brings her daughter into so much joy and protection. But make no mistake, Sidra is such a fierce woman. Her arc throughout this duo was really beautiful to read. She went from being this more, where do I step in? I don't know how much to be involved, to this woman that had to step up when crazy things happen on this island. She is one of the point of views that we get in this book and one of my absolute favorites. I really loved reading about Sidra, and this duology just made it to my top favorite books of all time. So of course I highly recommend A River Enchanted and A Fire Endless. I hope you fall in love with Sidra too. These next three ones will be morally gray women and mothers, which I just love because moms are women too and people too. But now let's talk about some morally gray moms, okay? We're gonna talk about the 5th season. This is the Broken Earth trilogy and has won a ton of awards for sci-fi fantasy written by a woman as well, of course. It is insane how many awards this thing has won. You'll see how crazy it is. The world building, the main character, right away from the start, we actually have a mother that suffers loss. So this is a child loss mother, but it does get more dark and heavy as you go. So watch out with those trigger warnings, but just know that this won a lot of prizes for a reason. The writing, the world building, the storyline is insane. It is insanity. And if you are a big sci-fi fantasy lover, I think this is a must on your TBR. This is something that will blow your mind out of the water. Maybe I should stop hyping it so much because then, you know, super high expectations, but you will love it. You will love it. Our main character is in like this dystopian type of world. I mean, it's called the Broken Earth trilogy for a reason, and it really does start off with the loss of her child right away. She is missing a son, but there is another son out there that she is looking for. It's giving me a little bit like Summer Nights vibes from Netflix. That also features a badass mother running to find her child, and I was living for that storyline. Get between a mom and her child and you're gone. Mama Bear is coming out. But this world is really crazy, and you can't just be, you know, super nice all the time, people pleasing, softy. And this is why I wanted to feature this book, because we need to look at moms that are a little bit their own character, their own person, and that is not always being a good person. Check out the book, watch the trigger warnings a little bit. I'm just loving this mixed bag. Continuing with that theme, we are actually gonna move to a book that is written by a guy but has one of the best MCs of all time. This MC is so loved by the fandom and by just fantasy lovers in general. It is called The Shadow of Gods. So this actually features 3 main characters, but one of them, the most loved out of all these 3 characters, is a mom. Orca is such an interesting character because this is a person who was this insane warrior. Like, she left a bloodbath behind her in her history, and honestly, she still leaves a bloodbath even after. So like trigger warnings for like a lot of violence. John Wick lovers were into it. Orga was once this fierce warrior, is now a mother, a homemaker, until her son is kidnapped. And in that, I'm telling you, get in between mom and child and you're gone. This author is famous for writing the best fighting scenes you will ever read, and honestly that is so hard to do. It's already hard to make a visual representation without it being muddy. Imagine writing it so that you're playing that scene in your head, but they do it, and they have to, because this mom is insanely good at what she does. And to fully convince you, let me read you this one line that she says. I am blood, I am death,
I am vengeance.
Her story is very vengeance driven. You'll see why throughout the rest of the books. Oh my gosh, insanity. Highly recommend. And again, we have this mom that by all means she will go. She is on a vengeance quest, and you don't always see that. A lot of times women are depicted as like soft and gentle, and while that's fine, because I did feature a character like that, you don't always see women in these more violent roles as well, and I think that is as equally important, which is why I am such a fangirl. I am so excited for you to read this book. Now this last one I think might be the most morally gray of them all, and that is our character featured in the City of Stardust. I had the pleasure of reading the arc for this one, and I really enjoyed the book, but let me just tell you that this rec is also drastically different from the other recs, which, you know, whatever. I said it would be a mixed bag, but in this book we are actually looking at a dynamic where the mother seemingly abandons her daughter, and I really wanted to add this book into the recs as well, because I think a lot of people can relate to this, to not maybe understanding why our parents choose to do certain things and the really loss and process that goes through that, because you definitely see the MC, the daughter, go through this grieving process, this questioning, trying to understand her mother, but as a reader you also see that the mom had reasons for leaving the way that she did, and what is she up to? Well, that's the whole point of the book, because not only is the daughter looking for this, but so is the rest of the freaking world and the secret society of academics that are looking for her, because her mother was the top magic alchemist person of all time, and they can't just let her go, okay? She's been missing for 10 years, and the book starts off with the way the mother actually leaves behind her baby with her brothers. Again, I really wanted to add this one because this character is very mysterious and confusing, and you get this perspective of the daughter, which would make you think you hate the mom, but it actually makes you feel almost empathy for the mom. Like you can see mom didn't just want to leave her, mom didn't just want to abandon her, but there are a lot of strong forces at play, and so this is a mom that again at all costs is doing things for her family. And I want to get emotional already because all of these stories are just so sweet, so wholesome, morally gray, complex, difficult, but I think they really encompass and show the fierceness of a mother and what it means to be a mom and how that can take different shapes, forms, and roles. You guys, I am getting way too deep, but I really hope you enjoy it and you pick up one of these books. And if you choose to pick up one of these books, I hope it brings you to tears like it's brought me. And if you do pick them up, please let me know. I hope that you have the Mother's Day that you really need, whether that is celebrating a mother figure in your life or maybe taking some time aside for yourself. I hope that you love these recs, enjoy this video, pick something up for your mom. All the links will be down below. And if you enjoyed these shenanigans and want more books that make you cry, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not yet subscribed. Thank you so much for watching Book Babe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!